making name for himself. Vikramasinghe was making name for himself. But there were limitations. But he used those resources according to the conditions very well. Hence, World Cup victory for Sri Lanka.
And there is this famous story about the dinner the day before the World Cup, where both teams were having dinner. And I've heard this story from one of the players. And then the Australians were going and posing for pictures with the World Cup, which was on display. Come to that in a moment. To the man at point. There have been a few Sri Lankans who had wanted to go and pose for some pictures with the cup, and Arjuna has said no. Let the Australians do it. This is the last off path they're going to have of the World Cup. Let's do it when we win it. I mean, those wouldn't have meant a lot at that point, but these are all psychological. Kumar Dharmasena will bear witness to that. He was there. He was part of the team. And one thing about the team, Amir, was it had a very solid batting lineup.
Oh, yes. There's no doubt about it. If Roshan Mahanama was batting at number 7, it tells you the story. But still, I'd say the bowlers, the way they bowled in that World Cup was amazing with those limitations. And I remember that dinner which you were referring to, alluding to. Yeah. I witnessed that.
And I remember, well, the famous game. I was there, I can proudly say. 241 for 7, Sri Lanka 245 for 3. I was watching the game.
Okay, I was wondering.
Oh, what do you mean? I mean, there were many other Sri Lankans. Where were you? That's the question. I was in your city, punched off the back foot. We'll come to that in a moment. And it beats the fielder. It goes away to the boundary. Dhananjay Silva off the back foot. We were in your city and you were hiding.
I wasn't. I was at that dinner you were alluding to. And then I was watching the game from home. I was wondering, why were you wandering in Lahore?
I was never wandering. Wandering looking for you, I think. Very good looking shot. Dhananjay Silva, such a class player. Makes batting look so easy.
ওয়াও, পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি? না তো। তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে? গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি থেকে। শুধু গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি? এটা কমায় ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস আর রোদের মলিনতা। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিন ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে।
স্টিকি অ্যাডিসিভ, জোড়া লাগাই সবকিছু।
এখন মাসে 2টি বিল বিকাশ করুন কোনো চার্জ ছাড়াই।
Given it his all. I mean, this is the Tuscan I think Bangladesh really want to have. He's been plagued with injury. I heard Shamim talk about he not playing many games in the last so many years, but I think he's arrived now. He's really providing Bangladesh with that cutting edge in pace.
Yeah, he excites you. The way he bowls, the way he approaches his game. He's always looking to create impact, Taskeen. And he bangs the ball really hard on the surface, extracts a lot of bounce. It becomes a rip-roaring affair whenever he's into action, whenever he's bowling. Makes the batsman more watchful. It also looks like he has gained some muscle mass as well, which is helping him to bowl longer spells.
That will run away to the boundary. Short delivery that really didn't rise as much. Karunaratne was on top of it. Became eventually an easy option with mid-wicket open. Just ran away to the boundary. Look at the bounce. It didn't bounce as much. So it was perfect for Karunaratne to play that shot. He was on top of the bounce.
Yeah, he was provided a lot of time to execute that stroke. Well, these are the players who have scored more centuries as an opener for Sri Lanka. And Karunaratne is number 3 with 11. Some big names there. Mavanatha Pathu, solid batsman. Sanajay Surya is an aggressor, explosive batsman.
What an opening combination those two were, Jayasuriya and Athapattu. They complemented each other. Jayasuriya, as you said, aggressive, takes the bowling on. Athapattu, very different, a stylist and a very conventional batsman. Fantastic technique. Had 6 double hundreds in that tally of 1600s. And mind you, Amir, if you really go back to his beginnings as a test player, I think he made 6 ducks or something at the start. And some of them even wrote him off. But look what he's got in terms of a return. In fact, Maza tells me 5 ducks in his first 6 innings.
I think similar was the case with Mark Waugh. Edged and 4 runs. That was a good delivery. It wasn't intentional. Took the edge of the bat. The captain was looking to play the ball towards mid-off. They're coming back to Mavanatha Pathu. It's all about recognizing the talent. And at times, to develop a player, you have to turn a blind eye. If the player is meeting failures, you have to keep on persisting with the talent. You have to encourage them, and eventually they prevail.
More runs here. Another 2, I think. In fact, it might go all the way to the boundary. Timing was so good. Brilliantly done. Brilliantly done. Well, you were talking about Mavanatha Pathu. Next time, I'm going to ask you about the Master Blaster. We can...
নতুন লাক্স, যাতে আছে 7টি সৌন্দর্য উপাদান, দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। নেভালে কেন?
যখন তোমার চেহারায় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল, তখন আলোর কি দরকার?
চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা, নতুন লাক্স।
গ্রামীণফোন 4G যার, দুনিয়াটা হাতে তার।
সম্ভবের 50-এ এই স্বপ্নগুলোর পাশে আছি দেশ জুড়ে সবচেয়ে বেশি 4G টাওয়ার নিয়ে। গ্রামীণফোন।
বাংলাদেশের প্রায় প্রতি 2টি শিশুর মধ্যে একটি শিশু ক্যাভিটিতে ভোগে। পেপসোডেন্ট ড্রামিটেকে রয়েছে ন্যাচারাল ক্লে অ্যাক্টিভেটেড ফর্মুলা, যা মুখের জীবাণুদের টেনে বের করে সুরক্ষা দেয় ক্যাভিটি থেকে 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত। কারণ প্রতিটি হাসি অমূল্য।
যদি
তাজা উপাদানে আসল স্বাদে স্কয়ারের রুচি সস সবই মজা লাগে যে।
লাগে যে
আপনার চুল কিভাবে সাজাবেন এটা কে ঠিক করে? ফেটে যাওয়া চুল নাকি ঝরে পড়া চুল? চুলের সমস্যা যেন আপনার চুলের সাজে বাধা না হয়। চুলের সমস্যা মানে হচ্ছে চুলের ড্যামেজ। ডাভ এর 1/4 ময়শ্চারাইজিং মিল্ক এবং ক্যারাটিন অ্যাক্টিভ চুলের ভেতর থেকে ড্যামেজ রিপেয়ার করে। ডাভ এখন মিনি প্যাকে 16% এক্সট্রা ফ্রি।
এখন বিকাশ থেকে টাকা পাঠান ফ্রি। বিকাশ অ্যাপ বা *247# ডায়াল করে সেট করুন 5টি প্রিয় নম্বর আর সেন্ড মানি করুন ফ্রিতে। তুমি জানো আমি কে? হ্যাঁ,
সম্মানিত যাত্রীবৃন্দ, এই ভদ্রলোক জানেন না উনি কে। যদি কোনো সহৃদয় ব্যক্তি ওনার পরিচয় জানেন তাহলে কাউন্টারে যোগাযোগ করুন।
ব্রুকবন তাজার সতেজ চায়ের দানায় আছে প্রাকৃতিক থেয়ানিন, যা মনকে করে তোলে তাজা।
এই নববর্ষে বাংলালিংক দিচ্ছে বেশি চেয়েও বেশি ইন্টারনেট। 129 টাকায় 20 জিবি, 399 টাকায় 40 জিবি। বাংলালিংক।
বেক সর্ষে ইলিশ আমার নতুন ভিডিওর জন্য। এ পর্যন্ত এটা তোর বেস্ট। এ কি এমন মলিন কাপড় পরে ইউটিউবে আসা যাবে না। তার জন্য আছে নতুন রিন, যা কাপড়ের উজ্জ্বলতা অটুট রাখে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজির সাহায্যে। নিজের সেরাটা দেখানোর জন্য সেরা রিন।
Sri Lanka eating away at that lead. 3 wickets fell, that was yesterday. Pirimana was the first to go.
Mr. Straight one playing.
এই জন্য আপনারা আমাকে ভোট দিন।
অরুণী, তুমি নিজের চুল সামলাও। গরম ঘাম তোমার চুল।
Bowled very well leading up to that wicket. The leg stump. Just unlucky there, Usman Fernando down the leg side. Taskin Ahmed deservingly picking up his first wicket. Bowled a magnificent first spell. Pretty unlucky there, Usman Fernando down the leg side. And this Angelo Matthews misread the length completely. Should have been in the front foot. Just going with the arm. Misread the length completely and playing the price there, Angelo Matthews. Wickets been shared so far, Bangladeshis. Bowling card so far. Bulk of the bowling being done by the two spinners. Picked up 1 wicket each. Taskin Ahmed been impressive as well. The two rest of the fast bowlers have been chipping it in.
By 41 for 7. Sri Lanka doing what's required. They've been doing it nicely so far, but still trail by 270 runs. Into the 4th morning here in Pallekele. Very different wicket on offer as well. Average wickets lost on the first 3 days in test matches here, 27, and in this test match so far, 10. Taskin. Impressive. Mehdi Hassan Miraj for the first time today. He's got that new ball. He's also got a strapping on one of those fingers. It'll be interesting to see if that'll become an issue. Batsman does have the right to question the strapping, if you may like. Looks like a bit of protection. Generally the spinner tends to have a bit of damage, a bit of skinning on that spinning finger.
ভাই বেশি সামনে থাকিস না, ওই পাশেরটা এমনি তো দৌড়ায় না খুব একটা বেশি।
Midland leg line. Generally, a bowler's, especially fingers of a spinner. The umpire is quite strict. I'm sure that captain and the bowler would have spoken to the umpire. The umpire would have taken the confirmation from the batsmen as well. That's why the pace of the game has come as well. See fast bowler Ibadat moving across from short square to extra cover. Tactical move.
Bit of rough to work with outside the off stump, but he's bowling in line with the stumps. That's what you've noticed on this pitch. Very, very good line. Would he be brave enough to go outside and try and use that rough? There's plenty of it. That's more the line.
That's you. Great bowling, Miraj.
With the new ball in hand, just into the 9th over, I think it's better off Mahendra Hassan bowling into those rough. You never know with the outside edge, in the inside edge, both in the game. Ball with the hardness of the ball can go to skid on as well. For the moment, pretty straight. Mahendra Hassan just getting into the rhythm, getting into the groove. The two sets batsmen going nicely for Sri Lanka.
He was pretty good yesterday, bowling at the left-handers. Again, there you see, using the rough. Some would tend to go on with the arm, some turn. And you got to search for something to give you a difference and make the batsman think. 272 for 3.
এই বাইরে কোথায় যাচ্ছিস?
বাইরে না, ভিতরে।
ভিতরে?
এখানেও তো জীবাণু আছে।
হ্যাঁ, জীবাণু?
টয়লেটে দুর্গন্ধ মানেই তো জীবাণু।
একদম ঠিক, তাই আপনার দরকার ডমেক্স ফ্রেশ গার্ড। এটি 99.9% জীবাণু ধ্বংস করে এবং ছড়ায় দারুণ সুগন্ধ। ডমেক্স ফ্রেশ গার্ড, জীবাণু, দাগ ও দুর্গন্ধহীন ফ্রেশ টয়লেট দিনের পর দিন।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে আসলেই 100 টাকা পর্যন্ত বোনাস। অ্যাপে অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলে রিচার্জে 50 টাকা বোনাস। আরো থাকছে 50 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক 2 বার 25 টাকা রিচার্জে। আজই বিকাশ অ্যাপে আসুন।
Bat again, but looking at the conditions, obviously Bangladesh would prefer to bat again. But we are far away from there, just 3 wickets down for Sri Lanka. Tuskin gets a break. And Ibadat is back.
Overs so far for Ibadat. Played away good length. Nicely played by Dhananjay Silva. Nice of the bat off though. Middling it straight away. Decent first spell, Ibadat. It's told former volleyball player, still inexperienced at this level. Speaking about his strength and weaknesses, thought that yesterday could have been much more offside-ish to Dimut Khan, trying to bowl too straight at the batsman, especially to the left-handers. Short mid-wicket fielder moved across to short extra cover. No, the only fielders are exchanging. Coming in the second slip, beg your pardon. That's better. The new ball. Still the bounce is quite even. Fast bowlers still could use the bounce of this Palak Electric. Just thought that the two fast quicks, Tuskin and Ibadat, with their height, with the release of the delivery, they could still use the bounce, especially with the new ball on offer. Touch shot. Deep cover point, protected then boundary. Still, I could say that Ibadat, bit short, haven't got the length consistently. That's been lacking. Spoken about inexperience at this level. Experience does matter when it comes to reading the tracks, reading the condition, reading the batsman. And that follow up a good spell by Tuskin Ahmed. It's important that Ibadat keeps that pressure up as well.
Can't help but glance around when you're here in Pallekele. Beautiful sceneries, mountains in the background. So calming. The Hantana mountain range. On the other side, you'd find places like Radalla, Monoragala. The slopes, well, we talk a lot about tea. also very popularly known for spices.
Still haven't got the length yet, Ibadat. Very easy down that length. They spoke in the pitch report before. The wicket looks pretty even. A lot of grass with plenty of bounce on offer. Ibadat should be pitching it right up.
And also the line. That's crucial. You do a lot of research and analysis coming into it. Now, Dhananjay De Silva, his dismissals against seam in Test since 2018, it's been a lot straighter. Maybe just outside off stump. Have Bangladesh bowled too wide? That's the question to Dhananjay De Silva. Not many as straight as possible. They did find an edge. And that was slightly wider, which Dhananjay De Silva had a poke with that pulsating blue ball. But did they stick to the plan? Bowling in that cluster around that 4th or 5th off stump.
With the technology available, I'm pretty sure that the Bangladeshi coaching staff would have had the plans, but the execution wasn't the great, as we mentioned. There was a chance yesterday evening, but fortunately for Bangladesh, there was no second slip fielder. You see the test career so far for Dhananjay De Silva, good average for the first innings at number 5. Mainly batted at number 5 and 6 entire career so far. That's the end of the 90th over. Sri Lanka 277 for 3.
এই জন্য আপনারা আমাকে ভোট দিন।
অরণি, তুমি নিজের চুল সামলাও। গরম ঘাম তোমার চুলের শাইন না নষ্ট করে দেয়।
চুল সামলাবো, শাইনও করব। সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন 5টি ন্যাচারাল অয়েল ফর্মুলায়, যা গরম হোক কিংবা ঘাম, এটি তোমার চুলে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন। চুল সামলাবো, শাইনও করব।
এগুলো কি? এটাও পচা, এটাও পচা। তোকে তো ঠকাই দিছে। নে,
কে যেন কয়দিন পর পর ঠকে?
আমি। অসম্ভব।
ইন্টারনেট কেনে কিন্তু বোনাস পায় না। ডাউনলোড মাই বিএল অ্যাপ, মুহূর্তেই আরো বেশি বোনাস।
মাই বিএল অ্যাপে ইন্টারনেট প্যাক কিনলেই মুহূর্তে